We are coming at you live from the Gordon Food Service broadcast booth at LMCU Ballpark as today the Catholic Central Cougars face off against a longtime rival in the West Catholic Falcons. Hello and welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Reagan Cleaves and today I'm joined by David Shamblin as usual as we are here and getting you set for this one here from the Whitecaps Stadium. Well, David, Cougars are coming off of 3 straight wins against the Wayland Wildcats. What led them to success in those 3 games?
Well, Reagan, they had phenomenal pitching in all 3 starts. Yesterday, Schoenborn only allowed 2 in 6 innings of work, and then the day before that, John Passanant, who's on the mound today, he allowed 3 runs in 7 innings, or no runs in 7 innings, allowing 3 hits. And then the second game in that doubleheader on the 22nd, Peyton Klaus pitched another good game. He did walk 7 and strike out 8, allowing only 2 runs in 7 innings of work. I thought their pitching was great and their offensive ability was great, as they scored 11 runs in the first game, 9 the second game, and then 11 again on the third game to sweep the 3-game series versus the Wayland Wildcats. I thought they played phenomenal that series.
Yeah, and I thought they played very well as well, and those 3 wins pushed them up to now what is a phenomenal run differential. They now have a plus 66 in that category, having their closest game being a 3-0 loss to Grand Haven coming in to today. And another thing you got to look out for is the offense of the Catholic Central Cougars. It's Jabin Bates, who has been very well this year. He's gotten on base 75% of the time, drawn a lot of walks, and gotten a lot of key hits at key times, and he is one to watch out for today. Now we send it over to the PA announcer and the national anthem. A nice rendition of the national anthem there from LMCU Ballpark as we get you set for this one. Top of the first, Catholic Central will be up to bat. Looking ahead at the lineups, it's John Passanant, Luke Kuzner, Javen Bates, 1, 2, 3, Klaus Schoenborn, Johnson, 4, 5, 6, and finishing it off will be Ben Passanant, Brady Redmer, and Adam Wanzel. David, how are the Falcons lining up in the field today?
Well, Reagan left to right. The outfield, they will go Chilton, Mahaney, and Corey in the outfield. On the corners of the infield, it will be Reinhardt and Suter. Up the middle, it will be Kodiak and Marsiglia, and behind the plate is Dunbush, with Sinian on the mound today. Should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Both teams, the Falcons, flood the field right now. Falcons will be wearing their green jerseys with white trim, green hats, and white pants to go along with it. Every single one of them on the field right now wearing long pants, so no stirrups to be seen. You know, the Cougars like to sport those often, and today that is not the exception. Well, Cougars will also be wearing their white jerseys with blue numerals and white pants with blue socks and white caps with blue bills, as per the usual with those white numerals. Cougars come into today with a record of 6-2, and from what we could compile coming into today, there's not a big database of comprehensive schedules and records for baseball here. From what we can gather, West Catholic comes into today at 2-1. David, we saw a little bit of the first game here today with West Catholic taking on Hackett. What did you see in that game from West Catholic, and how did the Cougars stop their offense here today?
Well, Reagan, they got 8 runs just like that. They scored 1 in the first and then pounded Hackett Catholic with 7 in the second and beat them 10-4 in 6 innings of play as they were under time constraints. So they just got to the Cougars just got to work on slowing the bats down for West Catholic, and I think they'll do that with John Passanaugh on the mound today.
And speaking of the Catholic Central pitcher, John Passanaugh leads off the day here at LMCU Ballpark. Passanaugh so far this season has batted .625, and he will step in the box for as the first hitter for the Cougars today. John Passanaugh will step into the batter's box and face down Sinian. Sinian will kick and fire. Fastball outside, and we are underway here at LMCU Ballpark. First pitch time is 3:21, and first pitch temperature is 54 degrees. The 1-0 count. Low and outside. That pitch is grounded toward third, picked up by Reinhardt. He will fire over to first in time for the out, and the Cougars on a 2-0 count ground out 5-3. That'll bring up Luke Kuzner to the bat. He will come up with 1 out here in the first inning. Kuzner stepping in, straightaway stance. The first pitch from Sinian is lined toward first. It got under Suter's glove and will go into right, and the Cougars have 1 on here with 1 out. It's a nice first pitch swing there from Luke Kuzner, who on first pitches is batting .500. So far this season. That will bring up Jabin Bates, who has been phenomenal this season.
Yeah, .667 batting average for Bates this year. Hasn't got a lot of total at-bats, as most of them have been.
No times called by the umpire.
Most of those have been based on balls and just counted as plate appearances.
Yeah, Jabin Bates in the first 2 games of that Wayland series drew 6 walks his first 6 times to the plate. Now he pops the first pitch up high. Getting under that is the pitcher Sinian, and he will retire Bates with a pop out to the pitcher. So 2 gone here with Kuzner still on first. That'll bring up Peyton Klaus here. The shortstop for Catholic Central will step in. Cougars only have 2 left-handed batters in this lineup, including Adam Wanzel and Jabin Bates. Bates is capable of pitching. Bates is capable of hitting, right as well. He is a switch hitter, the only one in the lineup this year. Right now, Kuzner almost picked off by Sinian on the mound. He'll try it again, go over, and he got him. 1-2, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning, as Sinian, a nice pickoff move, gets Kuzner on the base paths. We will head to the bottom of the 1st. Catholic Central and the Falcons here from LMCU.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Coming up to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning for the West Catholic Falcons is number 12, Ryan Kubiak. He will face John Passano, who has pitched very well this season, has a record of 2-0, made appearances in 3 games, and he's got 19 strikeouts as of this year. He bounces that as of this game. He bounces that first pitch before the plate, and count is 1-0 on Kubiak. Passano will step, kick, and fire the 1-0 outside and low, ball 2. Working quickly as he always does, he delivers the 2-0. It's bounced to short, picked up by Klaus, and he gets it over Schoenborn in time. Good play, and quickly one away here.
All right, fans, time to look at the Cougars on defense from left to right in the outfield. It'll go Johnson, Wanzel, and Redmer. On the corners of the infield, it will be Ben Passano and Dom Schoenborn. Up the middle, Klaus and Kuzner, and behind the plate, as usual, Jabin Bates.
And the number 2 batter is Travis Danbush. He will take first pitch outside, 1-0. He's the catcher today for the West Catholic Falcons. That's popped up foul. Running in on it is Schoenborn. He will be able to make the grab, and 2 down here. Good couple of... That'll bring up Ryan Reinhardt now for the Falcons here. The third baseman for the Falcons faces the first pitch. That goes well outside, halfway through the left-handed batter's box, and it's now 1-0. That pitch is swung on and missed. A good fastball down the middle for a 1-0 count here. John Passano, that's his first strikeout of the his first strike of the afternoon. He hadn't been able to find the strike zone before that, and he puts that one low and away. Now 2-1. Passano will get the sign and deliver outside once again. Now 3-1 on the 3-hole hitter for the Falcons.
Yeah, this is something we haven't seen a lot of John Passano, is falling behind in that count. Here's the 3-1.
That outside, he walked him. So, with 2 outs, Passano puts Danbush on and brings up Max Sutter. The first baseman for the Falcons has one man on. Dan Bush will take a lead, and Passanoff fires over Dominic Schoenborn, though couldn't get the tag down in time. Here we got 2 outs. That pitch is lined toward third. That got past Ben Passanoff, and that'll roll down the line. Dan Bush is around third now. He's heading for a home. Can the Cougars get it down? They cannot, and he will come home. Max Sutter, an RBI double, and the Falcons are on the board first here at LMCU.
Yeah, a good piece of hitting there by the cleanup hitter for the Falcons, right down the line. Too far for Ben Passanoff, who made an effort to get to it. Couldn't, and the Falcons, just like they did against Hackett Catholic, with a 1-0 lead in the first.
That pitch catches the outside corner on Devin Chilton for strike 1. Chilton today the left fielder for the Falcons. Passanoff checks the runner at second, and Sutter kicks and fires. That is high and away for ball 1. Two outs here. Bottom of the first, Falcons leading 1-0. That gets past Jabin Bates on a wild pitch, and Sutter will advance to third. After the ball rolls to the backstop, umpire talking now with John Passanoff. They seem to have settled their differences, and they will both walk back to their respective circles. Passanoff now has worked the count to 2-1 on the Falcon left fielder. Passanoff will set, kick, and fire. That is driven right to third base. That gets past Passanoff once again and into left, and the Falcons, with an RBI single from Chilton, have themselves a 2-0 lead now. Two two-out RBIs for the Falcons. That'll bring up Joey Mahaney. First, the pickoff over, trying to get Chilton, that didn't go. That is a ball in the first pitch, 1-0. Left-handed batter. Straightaway stance, swings the bat gently over his left shoulder. Slightly forward lean on that batting stance, watches that catch the inside corner for strike 1.
Talking with McKinnon before the game started, they want to keep Passanoff preferably under 75 pitches. He's already tallied 17.
And that'll be something we want to keep an eye on. David tracking the pitches for us here. Of course, it isn't official, as we have a lot of differentiation with the official statistician who goes by stats for the Catholic Central Cougars, as Passanoff bounces that inside. 2-1. Runner on first, 2 outs here. Bottom of the first, West Catholic leading 2-0. At the plate is Joey Mahaney. Passanoff will come set after he checks the runner, kicks and fires. That is swung on and missed. Big hack there. Looks like it was fouled off. So the umpire signals foul. So that evens up the count at 2-2. In the on-deck circle is Coles Tuttle. He's the designated hitter in for Jacksinian, as that's fouled away by Mahaney. Cougars haven't opted much for the DH, as that looked like John Passanoff wasn't expecting that throwback from Jabin Bates, as I don't think he thought that Jabin had a ball and startled him a little bit, but he'll walk away from it all right. 2-2 now on Mahaney after that foul ball. 2-0 West Catholic lead here, bottom of the first. Passanoff will come set, kick and fire. That's up and away. Mahaney's worked the count to full here. Their 6th batter of the inning. Reinhardt walked. Sutter came home, or Sutter brought him home with an RBI double. Runner goes. That is right down the middle for strike 3. And Passana gets yet another strikeout for him. That is his 20th strikeout of the year. We will head to the top of the second. Catholic Central looking to get a couple of runs back. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. Peyton Klaus up to bat here to start off the top of the second. Cougars here getting to their heart of the order, looking to be able to maybe get some runs back after that 2-run performance in the bottom of the first by the Falcons. First pitch from Sinian is inside and gets away from the backstop Dan Bush, and it'll be 1-0.
Klaus with the lowest average among the second lowest average among starters here today, comes in at 240.
The 1-0 is grounded on the third base line, foul. Yeah, Klaus hasn't really been one of the better hitters for the Catholic Central Cougars this season. Though he's played actually every game. He has 5 hits on 20 at bats. He'll flip that. Picked up by the third baseman and fired over to Sutter. Reinhardt to Sutter. Klaus grounds out on a 1-1 count. That'll bring up Dominic Schoenborn. Big Red, as he is affectionately called by Cougar fan base. He will step in. Straightaway stance. Sinian will kick and fire. That pitch is down low for ball 1. 1 out here, top of the second. Catholic Central leading 2-0 here in this one. That pitch is swung on and fouled down the first base line for a 1-1 count now on Dominic Schoenborn. Sinia will take the sign from Dan Bush, step, kick, and fire. That is chopped right to Sinian, and he will run over to first and underhand it to Sutter for a 1-3 ground out. Cougars quickly down to 2 outs here. In the second, haven't been able to get much offense going against Sinian here today. That'll bring up Aiden Johnson here with 2 outs. Cougars trailing by 2. First pitch is well outside for ball 1. Dan Bush had to get out of his stance and backhand that one. The 1-0. Up and in, ball 2. Sinian will step, kick, and deliver. That is fouled on the third base line. Had some nice heat on it, but it wasn't inside the 90-degree angle appropriate for baseball. So count has worked up to 2-1 now. That pitch is inside once again. Aiden Johnson has worked it to a 3-1. He's forced Simeon into his longest at-bat of the afternoon. As of the first inning, he only had 5 pitches to his name. That pitch is driven into left. Working back there is Chilton. He'll settle under it and make the grab at the warning track. So that will be it for the top of the second. We will head back. We will step aside for a quick second, but when we come back, we will have the Falcons up at bat here in the bottom of the second. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
It'll be Cale Tuttle up to bat for the Falcons here, bottom of the second. Falcons leading 2-0. He'll ground that down right in front of the Cougar dugout. So the count is 0-1. Second pitch from Passanaw is again drilled down the third base line for the second foul ball. The West Catholic DH at the plate. He is in for the pitcher, Jack Simeon. The 0-2 is outside and low for ball 1. The 1-2 from Passanaw is down in the dirt. Ball 2. Good patience there from Tuttle to hold off both of those. And he's worked the count even now. Passanaw. The 2-2. Caught the outside corner for a strike 3 looking Passanaw's second straight. And we've got one down here in the home half of the second. That'll be Josh Corey up to bat. He is the right fielder today for the team decked out in green. He fouls that to the backstop on a grounder for strike 1. Passanaw seems to be getting a little bit more of a groove here as we go on. He started off a little bit shaky, getting a couple of ground outs. That's driven high and down the left field line. It will smack down to the bullpen in foul territory. So quickly 0-2 now on the right fielder. Corey, the 8-hitter for the Falcons. He'll ground that down the third base line, picked up by Passanaw in foul territory, so it will be a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Corey will step in again. He's fouled off 3 straight pitches. He'll ground that to third. Passanaw picks it up on a hop, fires over to Schoenborn, who can't grab it. And it will be an infield hit for the Falcons. They've got one on here for their 9-hole hitter. Noah Marziglia. Infield hit for Corey. The third hit that Passanaw has given up today. He's got a man on first here for Noah Marsiglia. First pitch, bunt shown, grounded to Passanaw. He will fire over for the out. So Noah Marsiglia grounds out pitcher to first base on a bunt. And he will advance Corey to second. That'll bring up top of the order Ryan Kubiak. He grounded out his last time up. He will step in once again. First pitch from Passanaw is low for a ball. Braden Cleaves, David Shemlin here inside the Gordon Food Service broadcast booth as that pitch is inside on Kubiak. Works the count to 2-0. Cougars haven't been able to get anything going. West Catholic's done all of their scoring with 2 outs. That is fouled into the netting right in front of the, or right next to the Falcon dugout along the first base line. Count 1-2 now. Pitch is low and away for a ball 3 for Passanaw. This is one thing that you worry about if you're Tim McKinnon in the Catholic Central dugout. Is Passanaw getting his pitches, getting his pitch count pretty high. That's upstairs. Jabin Bates trying to pick off his man at second after he walked, but Bates couldn't do so as there's 2 men on here for Dan Bush. Cougars have 1 hit, whereas the Falcons have 3 thus far. 2 men on here for Dan Bush. Dan Bush 0 for 1 with the pop out his last time up. He'll drive that into right, and it'll be caught by the Cougars right fielder in Brady Redmer. That will retire the side. Cougars are able to escape without allowing a run. We will come back with the bottom of the second here on the Cougar Baseball Network.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
I misspoke before we were going to break. It is the top of the third, not the bottom of the second. Here, 2-0 West Catholic leads. It'll be Ben Passanaw to lead things off here in the away half of the third from LMCU Ballpark, the recently christened ballpark for the West Michigan Whitecaps. They spent a long time at this building. They have won, I believe, 6 Midwest League Championships is the minor league affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. Passanant swings and misses on the 0-1, and it'll be strike 2. Their opening day for the Whitecaps is, or the home opener is, that's line to third. Nice catch there by the third baseman, Ryan Reinhardt. So 1 away. That'll bring up Brady Redmer for the first time today. He will step in. It is for the Whitecaps. Their opening day is May 4th. They will every single one of their series will start on a Tuesday and end on a Saturday. A 6-game set, as that's fouled to the backstop and bounces away. But they open up proceedings in the Central League, as they are now the high A affiliate after shuffling around of the minor league system by the Major League Baseball. That's upstairs, but Redmer went anyway, and it's 0-2 now. They will start their first series against Fort Wayne on May 4th at 7:05. You can listen to that on, I believe, 97.1 The Ticket. We'll check on that. And Dan Hasty will be broadcasting from this same broadcast booth for more than a week. They try the drop third strike, as they didn't get that as the throw from Dan Bush went offline. Redmer strikes out, but he is able to get to first on a bad throw. That pulled Sutter off. Brady Redmer did some nice gymnastics to get around the tag, and it worked out, and the Cougars have a base runner here.
Yeah, well, that was risky because he leaped into fair territory because the ball was in foul territory. And so he's technically still in play, and they could have tagged him, but the umpire thought otherwise.
The umpire deemed he was just avoiding the tag, as the Cougar dugout is going wild after Wanzel, their second left-handed batter of the afternoon, steps in. He will drive that to right center. Settling under it is Corey. He will make the grab for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up John Passanant, the leadoff batter for the Cougars. And their pitcher, he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third his last time up. 2 outs here, top of the third. Catholic Central and West Catholic from LMCU Ballpark. Runner on first is Brady Redmer. That first pitch is well outside. Dan Bush almost had to get past him as he had to leap to catch it as it went halfway through the left-handed batter's box, and it was high. Sinian will check first and come set. The 1-0. Upstairs for ball 2 on the Catholic Central pitcher. Lots of chatter coming from the Catholic Central dugout, and it's been a fun thing to watch this year, as we've been to 3 or 4 road games, and lots of chatter from the Cougar dugout. It's almost constant. That pitch is upstairs and outside. 3-0 now on John Passanant. No doubt this will be a take from him this next pitch, for Sinian to give him something good and get a called strike. The 3-0 from Sinian. Right down the heart of the plate. He gains some composure and gets a strike. 3-1.
See if they put Redmer in motion with 2 outs and a 3-1 count.
Redmer takes the lead. We'll watch him as he steps off, as that is upstairs. He walked John Passanant. So the Cougars advance both of their runners with that walk, and and Brady Redmer moves to second. Passanant to first for Luke Kuzner to come up. He had a single his last time up, but got picked off 1-3 to end the first inning. 2 men on, 2 out here. Top of the third. Pitch is drilled to second. To short, picked up and thrown over. Got him. Kubiak to Sutter. And we will head. That will do it for the top of the third. We'll be back with the bottom three. With the bottom of the third, it'll be Reinhardt, Sutter, and Chilton up for the Falcons. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
It'll be Ryan Reinhardt to lead things off for the West Catholic Falcons. Here they have a 2-0 lead, trying to build on that with John Passanaugh still wielding on the mound. He will give a nice breaking ball that started on the inside of the plate and worked its way down the middle. Pitch is swung on and missed. Nice pitch there by John Passanaugh.
He's got one of the nastiest curveballs I've seen for someone his age.
And he gets him on strike 3 swinging. John Passanaugh has his 3rd strikeout of the game, his 2nd straight to start an inning, and the Cougars have one away.
Well, he's definitely calmed down since that 2-run first.
Pitches upstairs. Max Sutter at the plate for the Falcons. Step back in, slightly open stance. The right-handed batter will face the 1-0. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. So ball 1. Pardon me, ball 2. A 2-0. Low and outside, 3-0. As soon as David mentions that Passanaugh's got a little bit of, seems to have calmed himself down, he pitches 3 straight balls. Whitecaps, as we kind of broke off that tangent to start things, that's in there for a strike on the inside corner. Whitecaps will start home proceedings against Great Lakes on May 11th. That is a Tuesday. That begins a 6-game set. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. It begins a 6-game set. And for them,
11th through the 16th, it will be. Ends on a Sunday, like every home
that swung on and missed. Beautiful pitching there by John Passanaugh. Gets his 4th strikeout of the afternoon, his 23rd of the season. And there are 2 away now for Chilton. Play Great Lakes. That's fouled back. And the sweet level here looks like it might have gone into the concourse. Hope that didn't hit anybody. Now Chilton will step in, facing an 0-1. That pitch is inside for ball 1. It evens up the count. Cougars have only gotten 1 hit so far in this one. Not a lot of offensive support here for John Passanaugh as here early. Most of that's been on the part of Sinian, who's been pitching very nicely from the bump here today. The 2-1 is down low. It's now 3-1 on Chilton.
Reagan mentioned those 6-game series for the High A Central League and for the Whitecaps. All of those series are against only eight teams out of the 11 in the High A Central League.
That pitch is down low. He walked him, so a 2-out walk for Chilton brings up Mahaney, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout his last time up. Joey Mahaney will step in. Left-handed batter will swing and miss the first pitch down and away. Left-handed batter. Step back in again. Runner on first in Chilton. The 0-1. Well inside, he hit him. And that'll move everybody forward. Mahaney will get to first. And now there are 2 men on for Caleb Tuttle.
Yeah, it looks like John Passanal just lost complete control of that fastball. Looks like it must have slipped out of his hand or something because it was way off the plate.
Yeah, it was way off the plate and well inside. First pitch dealing is up and away for ball 1. Passing will kick and fire well inside. That one went head hunting for ball 2 now.
Yeah, if Passanal can strand these 2 runners, he'll probably only go 1 more inning if that. He's already at 56 pitches unofficial.
That is something we're trying to be on the lookout. That's driven through the gap and into right. That should score 1, if not, yeah, that won't score 2, but it's into right, and the Cougars will be advanced to second. Now they try to get the runner at third. Nothing going. So Chilton comes around to score an RBI single with an advance on the throw for Tuttle, and he gets an RBI. And that'll bring up Josh Corey as Kuzner comes in with Jabin Bates and John Passanal on the mound. Have a little bit of a conference, maybe talking about what happened. Their Cougars seem to be off their game a little bit today, especially coming off of that Wayland series in which they were able to pound the baseball a lot, and now Tim McKinnon comes out and makes the mound visit official.
Yeah, we'll see if this is the end of Passanal tonight or if it would just be a mound visit.
I don't think it'll be the end of his night. He's only pitched 56, and I mean, you want to instill in him a little bit more confidence, maybe get him through this 3rd inning, maybe bring somebody out in the 4th. It is maybe bring somebody out in the 4th, but right now the Cougars just trying to stave the flow of things here. As 2 runners in scoring position, Mahaney on Mahaney on third, Tuttle on second for Josh Corey. Corey will step in, hugging the inside of the batter's box here at LMCU Ballpark. First pitch offering is dribbled down the third base line and foul. 2 outs here, bottom 3. Falcons have managed to get 1 across here, looking to add 2 more. Passanal will kick and fire. That's drilled into left field. The shift was on. That will be foul, though, just barely, about by 5 feet. That hooked right at the end. And that will be 0-2 now on Josh Corey. One thing David noted in the pregame when we first got here, that the field dimensions are really not that different than the Cougar baseball field. That's dribbled to third, short picked up by Klaus. His throw was wild, and that'll bring home 2 runners. My goodness, 2 errors by the Cougars force 2 runs home. Mahaney and Tuttle across on the error. Corey gets an RBI. And that'll bring up Marsiglia. Marsiglia sacrificed bunt his last time up. First pickoff move doesn't get Corey, who's on first right now. 3 runs in this second. That's drilled into left. That will get down at the warning track and fair. Coming around here is Corey. He will round third and head for home. And an RBI double for Marsiglia has the Falcons up now 6-0. Falcons have really gotten to John Passanaugh here in the first 3 innings. 2 runs in the first and 3 and 4 now in the third.
Yeah, it's all simple mistakes, too, that cost John in this inning. Most of the runs, I think, if not all of them, have come with 2 outs.
Yeah, all of the runs scored in this game, the Cougars have just not been able to get out of an inning. Now the throwback to second, not in time. As Marsiglia was forced back. Passanaugh will come set, deliver that pitch up and in. That'll be 1-2 now on Kubiak. Kubiak 0 for 1 today with a walk. I'll watch that catch the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 now. 2 outs here. It's 6-0 for the West Catholic Falcons here in this one. That pitch is inside for strike 2. Pardon me, we had that wrong. It is now strike 2. 1-2. Passanaugh will check the runner at second. Kick and fire. That's poked above the netting and will come into the concourse. Once again, Falcons have been able to get a lot of contact in this one. Cougars have been able to keep the hits to a minimum. It's kind of odd, you'd think. Now that's swung on and missed on the outside corner. Cougars finally get that third out, and it's a strikeout. Passanaugh his 5th of the afternoon. We will head the top of 4. Cougars looking to chip away at this Falcon lead. You are watching the Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. Six nothing here for the Falcons as the Cougars come up to bat. It'll be Jabin Bates, Peyton Klaus, and Dominic Schoenborn, 3, 4, and 5 in this order to come up here in the top of the 4th for the Catholic Central Cougars. First pitch from Sinian. Bates showed bunt but pulled it back, and it is inside for ball 1. Cougars haven't been able to get anything going thus far as Bates drills that down the first base line and fair. It will get in. He will pull up after rounding first, and he's on with a leadoff single.
Yeah, that's Bates' 13th hit. Now 13 for 19, right?
Yeah, he is. Bates has played very well this year, and he's had many more at-bats than, or many more plate appearances than, and that he's walked a lot of times. More than he walked 6 times, 6 straight times to open up the series against Wayland before he popped out and went 0 for 1 on 7 plate appearances.
Yeah, 10 walks so far for Bates and no strikeouts.
That's drilled down the third base line. It took a bad hop right before it got to Reinhardt, and he couldn't corral it, and Klaus is on with an infield hit. And now we have a courtesy runner for Jabin Bates, the typical courtesy runner, and Brian Langlois.
Well, we'll see if the Cougars can crack the scoreboard here as Dom Schoenborn comes in. Came into the game batting .400, 6 for 15, now batting .375, 6 for 16.
Yeah, he's got 2 men on here. Langlois at second, Klaus at first. Cougars don't have an out here.
Tied with Redmer also for the lead in RBIs with 8 as well.
And Dominic Schoenborn stepped out before Sinian could deliver that pitch, and he called time, and that will result in a no pitch on that one. 6-0. The West Catholic Falcons lead. That pitch went headhunting in on Schoenborn, 1-0. Tigers this week entertaining the Kansas City Royals in a 4-game set. They lost 6-2 and now 2-1 today. As that pitch is down and away, it got away from Dan Bush a little bit. It'll be 2-0 on Dominic Schoenborn. They have 2 more games in that series against the Royals, trying to even that back up. They play tomorrow at 1:10 and then Monday at 1:10. That's driven down the right field line. It will hook foul into the grassy knoll on the right field line here at LMCU Ballpark. And on Tuesday, the Tigers will start a 3-game set against the White Sox in Chicago. That pitch is driven over Reinhardt's head at third, and the Cougars are sending Brian Langlois home. The relay is to home, not in time, and Brian Langlois gets in there, and the Cougars, Dominic Schoenborn with an RBI single into left, and the Cougars are on the scoreboard here at Lake Michigan Credit Union Ballpark.
Yeah, team leading 9th RBI. Passes. It breaks the tie between him and Brady Redmer.
Cougars happy to get on the board. There is now West Catholic manager out to talk with Sinian on the mound. Maybe calming him down a little bit. Cougars have had 3 straight hits to start this off, 3 singles, and they have finally gotten on the board here in the 4th inning. It'll be Aiden Johnson now. He went 0 for 1. He flew out to left his last time out. He'll have 2 men on. Sinian will check the runner at second. He'll kick and fire. It's dribbled to the on-deck circle to the left of home plate for a foul ball. First one of the at-bat. The 0-1 from Sinian is popped up into foul territory. That will work its way foul. And it will bounce a couple of times and then rest itself in the second level of seats here at LMCU. It's interesting, they've made the change on basically everything signage-wise except on the suite level here down both lines. That's popped up once again to the left side, and that'll remain 0-2. The signs on the suite level still say Fifth Third Ballpark on either side, and it's kind of fun to be able to see that. They are in the middle of a name change, but they have till the 11th to get everything up and running fully as LMCU Ballpark. The 0-2 swung on and missed. A big hack there from Aiden Johnson, but he goes down as the first out of the inning for the Catholic Central Cougars. So that'll bring up Ben Passanaw, who's 0 for 1. He lined out to third in that third inning. And the umpire calls time behind the plate. And everybody will resume their positions. Passanaw will step in. Cougars wearing their white uniforms with blue numerals, while the Falcons wear their green jerseys with white trim. That's down low, and it got away from Dan Bush. And it will be 1-0 on Ben Passanaw. 6-1, the Falcons lead it here. One gone here in the top of the fourth. Runners on first and second for Ben Passanaw. Sinian will check the runners and fire outside. On the right-handed Ben Passanaw. 2-0 now, the count. Here, Reagan Cleaves, David Shamlin on the call for you. Colleen Cleaves on the camera duties. That pitch is outside. Works as Ben Passanaw has worked it to 3-0. We are coming at you live from the Gordon Food Services broadcast booth at LMCU. Normally the seat of Dan Hasty and Mike Coleman, the play-by-play and color guys for the Whitecaps. That is in there for a strike on a 3-0. Passanaw is taking all the way. We appreciate the help of both him and of both Dan Hasty and then Steve Van Wagener helping us get set up. That's fouled to the backstop on a line drive. Now it's a full count on Passanaw. This is the first full count of the afternoon for Sinian. First time he's been worked this deep in a count. He will get the sign from Dan Bush and come set. We'll check the runner. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. It looks like it's a foul ball, actually. Never mind. I was about to say Passanaw was out, but he's not. He'll stay in, keeping the count full. This is the last of 4 games this week for the Cougars. That pitch is fouled again to the backstop. Big battle here for Ben Passanaw. Then we've got 5 games this week. We got a doubleheader on Tuesday against Thornapple Kellogg. We will have those games for you here on CBN, and then they will play at Thornapple Kellogg on Thursday, and then before coming home once again for a doubleheader against Granville. And the payoff pitch, with a third straight payoff pitch, is down low, and the Cougars have loaded the bases. Klaus on third, Schoenborn on second, and now Ben Passanaw on third, and the Cougars have themselves
courtesy runner for Schoenborn. It looks like Dawson Schroeder.
Yeah, it'll be Dawson Schroeder coming in for Schoenborn. That'll be bases loaded here. They might be doing that for Dominic Schoenborn if they were bringing him in, but he would need a couple of days rest after yesterday's 101 pitch performance against Wayland. First pitch.
Yeah, it's
foul.
5 days rest per 25 pitches, so Schoenborn would need 6 days rest because he threw 101, so he would need actually 6 days and not 5 because he threw that extra pitch.
It'll actually be 3 days of rest for Dominic Schoenborn per the MHSAA guidelines. It's now 0-2 after Edmer swung over that one. The 0-2. Swung on and fouled to the left side. It will bounce just inside the first couple of rows of seats and come to rest on the path that is cut about halfway through the seats here at LMCU. This is, I believe, the third name for the West Michigan Whitecaps home building. It was originally Kent. It was Kent Stadium, I believe, to start off, and now Falcons trying to pick off a runner. That was a throw into center field, and that will advance Klaus and score him as well as Dawson Schroeder. So the Cougars have cut the deficit now to 4 as they have their second run of the inning.
Yeah, a very good pickoff attempt there by Sinia on the mound.
And that'll be an error for the pitcher for a throwing error, and that advances Dawson Schroeder to third. Passana stayed on first. Now it's drilled to second. It'll be picked up by Marziglia, and that's only 2 outs. The Falcons thought they had 3, but that's not the case as the Cougars get another run in on another mental error by the Falcons. They now have cut the lead in half.
Yeah, I think he was the only one besides the outfielder thought they had 2 outs.
Yeah, and that'll bring up Adam Wanzel on a fielder's choice. Redmer reaches on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Adam Wanzel with a runner on first. 6-3. Cougars are making things interesting here in this one. He'll come set, does Sinian. He'll deliver. That's upstairs. And outside, the Cougars dugout getting louder by the pitch. His momentum now swings their way. Here in the top of the 4th. Sinian will get the side from Dan Bush. And he'll fire. It'll be popped up our way, and it will drop down below our broadcast booth. We do have our window open here, so if there was a foul ball to come straight back and get high enough, we would be in trouble. We'd probably have to bat it away from our computer up here. That's in there for a strike going 2, or 1 and 2, pardon.
Yeah, LMCU known for their fly balls back here. A lot of them go onto the concourse. It's a good place to get a souvenir. Yeah, and a lot of them go up there as there's a drop third strike. They make the tag on Wanzel, but the Cougars get 3 back here in the top of the 4th. They will try to defend and try to keep this lead at 3 for the West Catholic Falcons. We will come back and have the bottom of the 4th for you here on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Well, we welcome you back here to Lake Michigan Credit Union Ballpark as a new pitcher on the mound for Catholic Central. It will be Luke Kuzner. He's 0-1 in 2 games with a 13.13 ERA. 6 runs allowed. He's hit 3 batters, as the first one from him is fouled back toward the first base dugout. So it'll be 0-1.
Passing on in that through the first couple of innings he plays, that's dribbled down the first base line or third base line. Cougars third baseman Ben Passano couldn't get to that in time, so it'll be an infield hit on an 0-1 count. He gets himself a single, and for Passano, through 3 innings pitched, he had 66 pitches, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 5 earned runs. Corey reached on an error in that third and eventually came around to score. That does not count as an earned run. Now a pickoff move by Kuzner. He's in there, not in time.
Yeah, here comes it would be Ryan Reinhardt, the third baseman for the Falcons in this one, as he takes that first pitch from him for a strike. It would be 0-1. What pitches you got? That one grounded foul down the line.
Yeah, Kuzner did a nice job there of coming over. It looked like it may be starting to hook fair on that dribbler. It went right down the line. Not a lot of speed on it, but Kuzner was able to get over there and grab it off the line before it could hook foul once again.
Kuzner is 0-2 to Reinhardt. Swung on and miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Luke Kuzner. So there'll be 1 out with a runner on first. Max Sutter, the cleanup hitter, will step in today. The 0-1 is lined into center field, and that would drop in front of the center fielder, so we'll have 2 on with 1 out. Ben Chilton will step in today. He's playing in the left field position for the Falcons. Falcons lead this one 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Cougars got 3 back in the top of the 4th. Runners go, and Bates will have no throw as he loses control of that one.
A bit of an uncharacteristic thing there for Bates. He had that get away from him. It looked like it bounced toward him, but he was unable to corral it and able to make a throw. Part of that's on Kuzner. With runners going, he's got to be able to deliver it to the mitt of Bates if he wants to get a throw down.
Yeah, Kuzner's it's on the slower sides for velocity and his motion. It brings the ball almost all the way to a T position as that one's lined in the center field and will drop down. A base hit, score 1 run in the second coming home. The throw cut off by Schoenborn. Bates throws the second where the runner will get in.
And that got away from Bates again. Looked like it might have been the throw from Schoenborn that made it get away from him. As a single into center for Chilton. Gets 2 RBIs.
So it will be 8-3. Bringing Joey Mahaney, the center fielder in this one. Lefty on righty as he swings at the first pitch, and that's fouled up toward us, but below us for strike 1.
Now once again, it comes up to our broadcast booth again.
The netting does not extend back here at LMCU, only down to base pass as required by the Major League Baseball and now the Minor League Baseball League.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's not like there isn't any netting up here. It's just that it's like there's a lot of balls that go over the netting and sometimes over the concourse and over us at LMCU. That's driven into right.
Deep into, and Redmer will be there. Runner will tag and advance to third. So be a long fly out for Mahaney.
Yeah, this is.
So bring up Caleb Tuttle.
This is
the designated hitter.
Yeah, this is the 6th batter of the inning for the West Catholic Falcons. They've brought around 2.
That one's in there. A nice pitch for strike 1 to Tuttle.
One thing Kuzner struggled with in his first appearance of the year was against Grand Haven. It was struggling to get runners out. As that's
good
in there
breaking ball. Either a slider or a curveball that caught the plate for strike 2. So now 0-2 with the runner on third and 2 away. The 0-2 is lined foul down the first base line.
Cougars lucky there. If that had gotten that would have scored yet another run as Chilton sits on third, 90 feet away from making it 9-3. Cougars were able to get something in the top of the 4th, but haven't been able to hold the runners off the base paths for the Falcons.
That one low. So it'll be 1-2 on Cole Tuttle. The West Catholic Falcons opting for a DH for their pitcher, Jack Sinia. That one's fouled into the box seats behind down the first base line.
Yeah, the bleachers on this only extend to the last 3 sections on each side of the upper level of the seating here, and the normal arena settings is an ice.
Looking on a fastball down in the zone, but it will be a strike anyway, and that will retire the side. Falcons get 2. Lead this one 8-3 as we go to the top of the 5th. You're watching Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. Well, we are back for the top of the 5th from LMCU Ballpark as the Cougars will have the top of the order. John Passanot will lead that one off, and he lines that one. And it will tip off for the left fielder, Chilton's. And Passanot will go for 3. It's going to be a close play. He'll slide in with the triple. We'll see how they score that. Tipped off of Chilton's glove. It will either be an error or triple. And the Cougars will have a runner in scoring position to lead off the 5th. First pitch to Kuzner. Now the pitcher is inside for a ball, 1-0. He lines that one to the shortstop. Runner will come home. Kuzner will have an RBI ground out to cut the lead in half to 8-4.
And that'll bring up Jabin Bates here after the Cougars get Passanault around with that leadoff triple. And Kuzner bats him in on a ground out. So Jabin Bates comes to the plate. It's
the 0-0 to Bates is in there. Looked like maybe an off-speed pitch. Caught the plate for strike 1. Bates came into the day hitting .667, leading the team with 12 hits. As he fouls that one back, it will be 0-2.
And Bates today 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out to the pitcher his first time up. He
0-1.
That looks like it hit him.
Hit him.
And Bates gets a free base. He will trot to first. That'll bring up Peyton Klaus, who likewise is 1 for 2. He came around to score on an error in the 4th inning after he grounded out his first time up back in the 2nd.
He's got to send Bates here to get Lane Loyce back out. There he is, the courtesy runner for Bates.
Bates is speedy, and there he goes.
As it's fouled off.
Look out. That came right back toward us once again, and it's a foul ball. Bates did go on that one, so
0-1 to Peyton Klaus, the shortstop for the Cougars. Check on the runner Bates at first.
And Sinian, now that he sees that Bates is trying to go, is going to hold him on here a little bit harder.
Yeah, Bates a very fast catcher. Holds the ball for a while. And the umpire will call time. Plenty of time there for Bates to steal after the leg kick, but there was no leg kick. That one caught the outside part of the plate for strike 1, or for strike 2 rather. So it would be 0-2 on Peyton Klaus. One away here in the top of the 5th. Cougars with 1 home this inning. That one is lined into right center field and will get down. Bates will go to third, and Klaus will take a long turn at first. And it will be runners on the corners for Dominic Schoenborn, who got the offense going for the Cougars back in the 4th with an RBI.
Let's see if he can do some of that. Get the offense rolling again. He's already got an RBI, came around to score. At least his runner did. He was courtesy ran for by Dawson Schroeder back in that 4th inning. And that was the 3rd run of the game for the Cougars. He's got runners on the corners now.
First pitch to Schoenborn is high above his head for ball 1.
Yeah, behind the plate. Dan Bush had to get up and grab. He had to jump up to grab that one a bit. Yeah, it was really high in on the Catholic Central first baseman.
There goes Klaus, and it will be a stolen base as they threw the first, trying to pick him off, and there will be 2 on in scoring position for Schoenborn.
Yeah, and Dominic Schoenborn immediately as they lifted that leg, he wanted a balk, and that
I don't blame him.
And that looked like he was heading to first. He lifted his leg, and as a right-handed pitcher, you can't lift your leg before you throw to first. You have to step off the bag, and Schoenborn wanted a balk, but none forthcoming. That one almost got away from catcher Danbush there, and it's now a 2-0 count.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly on the rule for right-handed pitchers. I know if they are if their leg is coming toward home plate, they have to finish the throw.
And usually, I know for a left-handed pitcher, you can't throw over to third. That's down in the dirt outside. You can't throw over to third if you lift your leg. You have to go over to first if you're doing a pickoff move or go home, and none of that happened there, or none of the reverse happened there. Now it's a 3-0 on Schoenborn.
Take that one inside for strike one. 3-1 now.
Yeah, Schoenborn's been pretty successful this year, both at the plate and on the mound. He's a 1-1 record from the bump as he draws a walk there.
Load him off. Yeah. Load him up for Aiden Johnson. Chance for the Cougars to get another run here, as we're going to mound visit from the head coach for the Falcons.
Yeah, and Cougars seem to be getting to the Falcons here as everybody in the infield comes in, and all the Cougars runners come over to talk with McKinnon and the rest of his coaching staff, including Kurt Schmidt, Jack McKinnon, and James Probuda. And Falcons breaking up their huddle on the mound. Their coach making their way back to the dugout, and the Cougars will send their runners back out on base. As Jabin Bates has been run for by now Brian Langlois. We got one out here, bases loaded for Aiden Johnson. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. That's in their first.
0 for strike one. Yo, one just a bit outside. That was the 70th pitch to my record for Cinia. That one swung on and missed. Or foul tipped, indicated by the umpire. But nonetheless, it's 1-2. They 1-2 to Johnson. About a 58-foot breaking ball.
Yeah, Cinia hasn't been placed in a lot of high count positions thus far. He's only walked somebody twice, or 3 times in this game, and this is kind of polar opposite tale of 2 pitching performances, David, from Cinia today. First 3 innings he was dynamite, only allowing 1 hit, but getting out of the inning with under 5 batters in each one as Johnson swings through that and strikes out.
Second strikeout of the day for Aiden Johnson. Brings up Ben Passanal with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
Yeah, that's the 4th strikeout for Cinia. Redmer struck out in the 3rd, but he ended up reaching on a interesting. And now we got a ball in play down the right field line. Well, not in play, but the bullpen that rung around the bullpen. But it looks like they got it out of there in time. First pitch to Passanal was a ball. Passanal today 0 for 1 with a walk.
That one high and near the head of Ben Passanal for the second ball. So the count he'll be ahead in the count 2-0. That one fouled up toward the concourse again. And it will bang below us.
They're getting closer and closer to us, David, as things go on here. That one was the closest one we've had thus far.
It'll be 2-1.
And it's good to see.
That one grounded to third. He'll take his time flyer over to first, and the inning is over. The Cougars get one, leave the bases loaded as we go to the bottom of the fifth. It will be the fifth inning stretch as we only play 7 innings here from LMCU Ballpark. You're listening to Cougar Baseball on Cougar Baseball Network. Well, we go to the bottom of the fifth in this 8-4 Falcons lead as they will have their number 8 hole hitter, Josh Corey, the right fielder, as Luke Kuzner goes back to work for his second inning. First pitch from Kuzner to start this fifth inning is high for ball 1. The 1-0 is poked in to shallow left field where the shortstop, John Passanant, is now. He was the pitcher, now takes over at short, and there will be one away. So Klaus, who was at short, moves over to second, and Kuzner, who was at second, now the pitcher, and Passanant, who was the pitcher, is now the shortstop. So just a little bit of a switch up there.
That pitch was just outside by the looks of it. Umpire getting a little stingy with the strike zone here. A lot stingier than the one.
Caught the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
A lot stingier, David, than the one we had on Tuesday with the second game against Wayland. That was a bunch of.
That one is up and will be caught by John Passanant once again, so he's got 2 putouts to start the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, and that'll bring up Ryan Kubiak, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out in his previous 3 trips to the dish.
Kuzner's first pitch to Kubiak is a breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, the Cougars trying to come back here. They're only down by 4, but they've got 2 innings of work left and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Swung and a missed in the dirt for strike 2.
And the Cougars trying to get away. I mean, this isn't necessarily a conference game, but just for pride against your rival, you want to be able to get a win, and it'd be fun for the.
Grounded foul on the third base line.
It'd be fun for the players to be able to get a win inside a nice minor league ballpark that's pretty much an icon of this Grand Rapids area. It's been around far longer than any of the other big venues besides the Deltaplex.
That one is flied in the air toward Right field, a diving play, and he just loses it foul. It's Brady Redmer. That was a great effort, and what a great chance he had to make a highlight reel play.
And just an indication of how fast he was moving from his initial position into foul territory. He lost his hat about halfway along the journey, and he almost grabbed that. It looked like it was in his glove for a second, and then it popped out once he hit the ground. Disappointing outcome, but it is an 0-2 count here, and let's see if Kuzner can finish it off.
That one is lined up the middle, a base hit for Kudiak. And the Falcons will have a runner on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
And that'll bring up Dan Bush, who has reached one of the 3 times he's been up to the plate. He popped out to first in the first. He lined out to right in the second and singled his last time up. That was in the 4th, and he eventually came around to score.
Bates pickoff attempt, and he is
just
in there, apparently, says the infield umpire.
That pitch was a ball to Dan Bush. Jabin Bates all year has been very good at getting pickoffs to first. After receiving the pitch, he is a very athletic catcher and a very quick one, not only behind the plate but also on the base paths, as we've seen here today and also before.
Pickoff attempt, but Kudiak's back in there. This is a Whitecaps game. They would be yelling boring right now for the pickoff attempt by the away team. That one is lined foul down the first base side.
Yeah, it's one of the things we've missed about not having minor league baseball the past year. It's been fans in the stands here at LMCU. It's been the traditional things like the boring or the in between innings
attempt.
Things, and that's
and
an easy pickoff.
Easy pickoff attempt for Luke Kuzner to get him and strand and make Dan Bush lead off the bottom of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Cougars lead this one, or Cougars trail this one 8-4. You're listening and watching Cougar Baseball on Cougar Baseball Network.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Michigan, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Well, the Cougars are back up at the plate after scoring runs in 2 straight innings, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And now they enter into the 6th here, looking to bring themselves even closer to that run tally of the Falcons, which is at 8. That first pitch to Brady Redmer is catching the outside corner of the plate for strike 1, 1-0 now. Pitch is drilled into, or is popped up high into shallow left. It might get down. A nice diving play there by Mahaney, coming over from his center field position, came in and made the diving catch before face planting on the outfield grass. But He makes that catch, and the Cougars are now one away here.
Yeah, great diving play by the center fielder, Mahaney, showing Redmer how to dive and catch the ball as Redmer popped out of his glove and foul territory back in the bottom half of the fifth.
Yeah, and Adam Wanzel swings over that one for strike one, the 0-1. He catches the bottom part of the strike zone for strike two. Now 0-2 quickly here on Adam Wanzel. Cougars trail this one 8-4. Second and short, playing it fairly deep on this one. That's up and away for ball one. Outfield playing fairly straight on. But there's one thing David mentioned, as we noted earlier before we came on air. If you switch the foul poles here, they from left to right, that's popped up in the air high down the right side. Settling under it is Sinian, and he will make the grab. So 2 away now for John Passanaw as he comes to the plate. If you switch the foul poles, which the right field pole is at 327, the left at 317, 317, pardon. If you flip those, they each would be 1 foot longer than the Catholic Central, 1 foot shorter than the Catholic Central field, and however the center field wall is at 402, which is much farther than the Catholic Central center field. 1-0 on Passanaw. Outside, ball 2. Passanaw has gotten 2 balls in all but one of his previous at-bats. He grounded out his first time up, walked, and then tripled back in the 5th. The 2-0. Swung on and grounded down the third base line, foul. That'll be the first strike of the at-bat, 2-1. Sinian will kick the dirt around the mound, as most pitchers do once they're up there. They like the mound to their specific liking and like to kick the dirt around a little bit. The 2-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2 on Passanaw. Big hack there by the Catholic Central shortstop. And that'll even up the count at 2. Sinian, with his feet perpendicular to each other, will deliver. That's popped up high in the air to the left side of the plate. Settling under it is the third baseman, Reinhardt, and he will make the grab and give a few words to the Catholic Central dugout before he trots over. Here's 3 outs. Here, 3 up and 3 down. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. West Catholic looking to extend their 4-run lead. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. A couple of defensive changes as we come back from the break. Wanzel is now the pitcher for Catholic Central. Kuzner moves back to second. John Passanaw stays at short. Brady Redmer moves from right to center, and Oliver Beal comes in place of him. Ben Passanaw is out as Klaus moves from second to third. So looking around the infield, it's Schoenborn, Kuzner, Passanaw, and Klaus. Clockwise, that's hit right up the middle. It hit off the mound and will go to first. He beating out the throw is Dan Bush, and he is on with an infield single off of a crazy hop.
It looks like it might have hit off of Wanzel as Tim McKinnon will come out to check on his lefty pitcher.
And the umpires also came out that either took an odd hop off the mound or hit Wanzel.
Him off of the knee is what he's indicating, off of his off of his back knee.
That's a rough one, as it looks like.
Do what they do in MLB and throw a couple pitches here, see if he's all right.
Yeah, give Wanzel a chance to test out that knee, see if it's all right. Wanzel is the only lefty pitcher on the roster for the Catholic Central Cougars right now, or coming into today's game. He came in
is fine
with 2 games played, a 3.50 ERA, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks in 2 innings of work. He is all right, it seems, and he will step back on with Ryan Reinhardt coming to the plate. Slightly open stance for the right-handed batter. He'll swing the bat up and down over his right shoulder. First pitch is outside. So Dan Bush on with a first pitch single off of Wanzel, and it's 0-1 now. That's driven high and to deep left. Settling under it is Johnson. He'll make the grab, and the Cougars have one away.
Thought that one was going to carry a lot farther than it did.
Yeah, that had a lot of speed off the bat and a lot of pop, and it went high and deep to left, but not super deep, and Johnson was able to settle under it before it came down and make the grab. So
just a little too much backspin on that one. And
Adam Wanzel throwing over to first.
Tim McKinnon thought they had him.
And so did a lot of the Cougars on the field. That's the advantage of having Adam Wanzel on the mound. Now you can pick off runners a little bit easier. That pitch is outside and high. 1-0, first pitch to Sutter. One out here.
I think Bates had a chance there to pick him off, but Schoenborn wasn't set in time.
Yeah. 3-step lead for the runner at first. He goes. Bates will throw down to second. Not in time, as it got under Kuzner's glove, and a stolen base there for Dan Bush. Cougars trail at 8-4. Here in the bottom of the 6th, they will have one more opportunity to score 4 runs. If they can't in the top of the 7th, that will be it for proceedings here. Wanzel will set. The 0-1 to Sutter. Down and in. Pardon me, the 1-1 to Sutter. That will get by Bates and will trickle all the way to the backstop. That'll be 2-1. And now it's now 3-0 on Sutter. Pitch is in there for a strike, caught the outside corner.
Good frame job by Javen Bates.
Wanzel will set with the runner on third. The 3-1 outside. He walked him. So for Wanzel, that's his first walk. And the Cougars have one on here. time is called. Jaden Bates signaling his fellow Cougars on the infield here. Wanzel will come set, runner goes. Wanzel steps off, will throw to second, well in time. He got him on the stolen base. Sutter went way too early, and he gets thrown out 1-6.
Yeah, manager for West Catholic doesn't like that one. He just stands and...
That's one you got to shake your head about. It's not that's not the right time to go. Wanzel just had to step off and throw over to second after he checked the runner at third. Now there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th with a runner on third in the form of Dan Bush, who reached on a single that went off Wanzel. Pitch is well inside, got away from Jaden Bates, but in front, and he's able to corral it. 2-0 now.
Yeah, good stop by Bates there to not allow a run. Keep it in front of him.
Yes. Chilton will dig back in, the left fielder for the Falcons. He'll swing over that one. A massive cut there from Chilton, as that'll bring the count back a little bit more in the favor of the Catholic Central hurler. Pitch is driven into left field. That will get down for a base hit. An RBI single for Chilton, and he gets Dan Bush across, and now it's 9-0 in favor of West Catholic. Now we have time called by West Catholic. They look to be bringing in a substitute hitter, maybe. And indeed, that seems to be the case. Looks like number 25 in the dugout now is coming out.
Be Carter Dory, the pinch hitter. Not a big man by any means.
Wanzel will check the runner, kick and fire. Outside for ball 1 on Dory.
Well, the umpire's got a fairly consistent strike zone.
And it's
could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on if you're the batter or the hitter.
Now a pickoff move for Wanzel. Didn't get Chilton because he was on his toes. Count is 0-1 to Dory right now. Wanzel will deliver. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 1-1 now on Dory. Here as we are coming at you live in a 9-4 baseball game between the Cougars and West Catholic. Cougars trailing in this one. Jaden Bates fires down to first. Dominic Schoenborn was off the bag at first, so he couldn't apply the tag on Chilton, who was diving back in time. 2-1 now on Dory. Wanzel comes set. Will deliver upstairs for 3-1. Here in the Gordon Food Service broadcast booth, Reagan Cleaves, David Shamblin, bringing you the action here from LMCU Ballpark. The 3-1. Swung on and missed strike 2. And that'll make the count full. Wanzel will deliver the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3 as Wanzel gets his first strikeout of the outing and retires the side. Cougars have one last chance to tie things up, trail by 5. You're listening and watching the Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance.
The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Well, it is a top of the seventh in which the Cougars absolutely need to score if they would like to get a win to notch one in the win column here today. They trail by 5, so a lot of work to get going. Peyton Klaus, the first one at bat for the Catholic Central Cougars. Or pardon me, Luke Kuzner. He'll watch that go in for a strike. Still on the mound dealing is Sinian. No defensive changes have been made by the West Catholic Falcons. The 0-1 upstairs and in to even up the count at 1-1.
Yeah, well, Sinian's probably going to need. He's going to have to take 3 days rest here. Is that one?
That slide off the glove of Marsiglia at second. He was unable to corral it on a line drive, and Kuzner gets on with an error to the second baseman. And the Cougars have one on here for Jabin Bates, their big-time hitter. He gets on base with insane regularity. And let's see if he can do it again, batting from the left-handed batter's box. First pitch offering. Catches the outside corner. Good frame job there by Dan Bush.
Yeah, Bates almost has somewhat of a softball batting stance, how he stands pretty much straight up.
Yeah, almost
near, just a little bent. Kind of reminds me of Chris Davis from the Orioles.
And the only one I've seen stand up straighter than Jabin Bates here is Aristides Aquino. When he was with the Reds, he would literally stand with his feet almost facing the pitcher, and it paid off for him in the first year of his career. That's popped up to center field. Settling under it is Mahaney. He will make the grab. Kuzner will tag up, but only to go back to first. So Bates flies out to center, and there's one away here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see all the different batting stances that are around. I mean, you got guys that stand straight up. Aiden Johnson, another one who stands very straight.
Along with Peyton Klaus here as well, who's up to bat now. First pitch catches the inside corner for strike one. That has been a constant spot for the umpire. He has been calling inside strikes all day.
Yeah, then Reagan, you got guys like Max Muncy for the Dodgers, who's pretty crouched at the plate, but he's also a big-time bat for the Dodgers.
And it just goes to show that there's not one specific batting stance that'll gain you success.
Yeah.
Sinian stepped off and will deliver now. Upstairs, that popped out of Dan Bush's glove. If it might have been an opportunity for Kuzner to grab a extra base, but he hesitated too long, so he doesn't get the chance to move on to second.
Yeah, continuing our conversation, if you remember Gary Sheffield for the Tigers in the Mets,
that's grounded to third, picked up, double play ball. Maybe they get one at second, pulled off the bag at first, and so we only get one.
Allows me to continue. You had Gary Sheffield, who literally looked like he had no control with the bat, as he would just waggle it back and forth and stand pretty straight forward. But it gained him a lot of success.
And the Cougars' last chance opportunity here is Dominic Schoenborn. Here with 2 outs for the Cougars, man on first. Pitch is catching the outside corner. Looked like it was going to be outside, but it's not the case. Cougars trailing 9-4 here in the latter stages of this one. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. Cougars' last chance at the plate, Dominic Schoenborn. Coming set is Sinian. He'll kick and fire. well outside. Kuzner almost went, but Dan Bush getting control of that one and keeping Klaus. Yeah, it's Klaus at first. Keeping Klaus on the bag. The 1-1 to Big Red. Upstairs.
Well, to my calculation, now it's the century mark for Cinia.
And
Sinian.
And the maximum number of pitches is 105. So if Sinian can't get out of this one, it could be his last time up. That was drilled right back at the pitcher, Sinian. But it is picked up by Marziglia and fired over to Sutter for the last out of the game. And the West Catholic Falcons bring home a winner in this one today at LMCU Ballpark. Well, David and I will step aside for a quick second, but then we'll come back and bring you a recap of this one, a brief recap from LMCU Ballpark, and then we'll say goodbye from the Gordon Food Service broadcast booth. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Michigan knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Michigan needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Well, Cougars snapped their 3-game win streak here tonight against the West Catholic Falcons in a 9-4 baseball game from LMCU Ballpark, home of the West Michigan Whitecaps. Reagan Cleaves and David Shamlin bringing you back here for one final time inside the Gordon Food Service broadcast booth as we wrap up proceedings here for this contest here. Well, Cougars today, a relatively disappointing loss here. West Catholic is a good baseball team, but they were unable to crack the shell of Sinian. And David, we gave Sinian our player of the game. How was he able to shut down the Cougars today with this lineup?
Well, he only allowed 4 runs. That helps. The Cougars usually score a lot more than that. They scored a lot more in every single game they played. Mostly, he went 7 innings, got the win, as we mentioned, with a pitch count of 101 unofficial on that. 3 base on balls, 4 strikeouts, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned, as that is why we gave him player of the game. With 101 pitches, that's pretty good to only allow 6 hits against this very aggressive Cougar lineup that usually gets a lot more than that.
Yeah, and for the Cougars, it's one of the few times they've been held to very few hits. And speaking runs as well, they've only been held to less than 4 twice, and that was in the Grand Haven doubleheader, and also here today against the West Catholic Falcons. And today, our Cougars to watch today were Jabin Bates and John Passanaw, and I thought John Passanaw pitched pretty well to open up things. There were a couple of things that we wish he could have done differently, like keep that pitch count down. He allowed 6 runs in 3 innings of work, which will shoot up his ERA. But I thought Falcons got to him early. They were able to get 2 on him with 2 outs in the first inning of play, and then they just got to him early. He was able to recover a little bit later, but he didn't do a good job of that. His pitch count got pretty high, and then things ran away from the Cougars a bit in that one. And then Jabin Bates today, he didn't do a ton. He got hit by a pitch in the 5th. He only had one run come across for him, though it was a courtesy runner for the catcher. In Brian Langlois, he was really 1 for 3 today. Not what we've come to expect. Granted, Falcons actually pitched to him and were able to get him to pop out a couple of times there, and that is what happens today. Looking ahead for both of these teams, Catholic Central will have a doubleheader on Tuesday at 4:15 first pitch against Thornapple Kellogg. We will have that game right here on the Cougar Baseball Network starting at around 4:10. Granted, that always depends on whether or not there's always fluidity in start times for baseball. Always could be delays and everything, but plan on a 4:15 pitch if you want to tune in to this one. West Catholic heads a doubleheader against Unity Christian, 4:15 first pitch on Tuesday as well. As we mentioned, our next broadcast will be Tuesday, that doubleheader against Thornapple Kellogg. Taking one final look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Again, West Michigan Whitecaps starting their season on the 4th at Fort Wayne. That first game, that first game is at a 7:05 pitch. You can listen to that one on the ticket in Grand Rapids. Detroit Tigers in action today lost to Kansas City by a score of 2-1 against the Kansas City Royals. Matthew Boyd getting the loss in that one. Brady Singer getting the win. Thanks, David, for the help on that. Taking a look at the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard for the MLB, 3 games in the books. Along with including that Tigers loss, the Mariners beat the Red Sox 8-2, and the Pirates beat the Twins by a final of 6-2. A couple of games in progress. Reds trailing the Cardinals 1-0 at the end of 3. Top of 8 in Chicago. Brewers up 4-2 to the Cubs. Top 4. In the Nationals-Mets games, Nationals up 5-0 in that one, and in the bottom of three, Astros leading the Angels 6-2. All other games are later. Taking a look at the Catholic Central scoreboard for things, lots of events today. Girls and boys varsity track with the Cougar track and field invite. It was the boys' half of things today. Girls raced yesterday. That started at 9. Varsity JV tennis is at Coopersville. Boys golf is at Hamilton. Girls varsity lacrosse is against Granville today at 10. That game is already finished. And then JV baseball had a doubleheader at Forest Hills Northern. We do not have a score on any of those games. Well, our special thanks to Mr. Steve Van Wagener and Mr. Mike Clint of the West Michigan Whitecaps, and Dan Hasty for letting us use his broadcast booth before he gets settled in to start the season for the West Michigan Whitecaps. We thank all of them. And we'd also like to thank our cameraman, Colleen Cleaves, who helped us out today. Thanks, Mom. Well, that will just about do it for us this afternoon, but we will be right back on Tuesday for the game against Thornapple Kellogg. Until then, this is Reagan Cleaves for David Shamblin and Colleen Cleaves saying so long from LMCU Ballpark in Comstock Park, Michigan, as the Catholic Central Cougars fall to the West Catholic Falcons by a score of 9-4. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful night, everybody.